today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Hot Toys Cosbaby Deadpool collectible figure. Spot picked this up from the folks over at TimCent88, where I picked up a couple of the Hot Toys figures before from. And I'm not generally into the whole Cosbabies. I know I had to look at some of the, I looked at the Marvel Avengers box set, and that was pretty cool. But like Cosbabies are hit or miss for me. That is to say until the Deadpool was released, or images of Deadpool was going to be released, and that was so cool of a figure that I definitely wanted to pick it up. The front features an open window showing you what the Deadpool Cosbaby is going to look like inside. Equally so, you've got some artwork on the sides of the box featuring Deadpool. And a head Deadpool as well. This is product code COSB, or Cosbaby 219. This is also a bobblehead. Much like the Avengers Age of Ultron ones that we had to look at were also bobbleheads too. On the back, this is from Marvel as well. And you've got just some warning instructions. This product is suitable for ages 15 and up. Please read these instructions carefully before you open the product. It also says this product is not suitable for children under 3 years of age due to small parts which may cause choking hazards. And then underneath you've got just the Hot Toys logo. You can follow Hot Toys on Facebook, and so on and so forth. So Spot's going to take a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back we're going to get a better look at the Hot Toys Cosbaby Deadpool bobblehead. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's get a better look at the Cosbaby vinyl bobblehead of Deadpool. When I took him out of packaging, he was rattling. I couldn't figure out why. I knew he was a bobblehead, granted, but I couldn't figure out why he was rattling. Then I was shaking a little bit, and sure enough, out from falling out from the bottom crevice or hole of his head, his sword fell out. He does actually come with a sword. It is removable. And in fact, it's sadly the only accessory that comes included with the Cosbaby here. I wish they could have maybe had, granted, one arm has it bent and his hand is in a thumbs up position, but his other hand could have been open for any number of possibilities. Granted, he does get a sword or a katana, maybe just a very exaggerated katana, but we could have also gotten like a couple of different guns or something that we could have swapped in and out. So he does come with a sword. Kind of wish he had also come with some other things as well. And the sword just fits into his hand. Kind of sits loose, which I guess would explain how somehow it ended up on the inside of his head. But at any rate, there you go. Figure looks really cool. And I don't really want to say necessarily figure, because most of his body, other than really his head, is staction. There's no posability in his arms. There's no posability in his waist. And be it only for the bobblehead action of his head, that's really the only posability that he has. Oh, and yes, the sword keeps falling out, so I don't know. I'll just, you know what, maybe I'll just, there's the sword right there. Get a good gander at that. I'm actually just going to put it down here, just so we can get a better look at the figure. Yes, the Deadpool vinyl bobblehead doesn't have any sort of posability to it other than just the bobblehead. The bobblehead bobs up and down, left and right, really anything that a normal bobblehead would have, all because it's got a spring that's attaching the neck to the top of the head socket, leaving the open area where there's a lot of wiggle room, literally, where the head can bobble up and down. The body is very neutral. There's no real sculpt to it, but they have painted in all the details for Deadpool's costume. He's also got a utility belt that's been added on top as well. He's got a sheath holding one katana, although you will notice shape-wise it doesn't quite match the same shape, which is why I'm thinking they gave him a more elongated, more exaggerated sword for him to hold. And also, if you are wondering, the sword does not fit back into place. It wouldn't fit. There's also no slot where the knife can go back into place. His head I really like. It's not just a round head that they've painted the eyes on. The patch areas, if you want to call it the black patches, are raised, and then they've also got an outlined trim around it that's raised as well, and he's got a trimmed side stitching, I guess, of his mask. And he's got stitching along the back here. Little wrinkles are in there as well, just kind of give him some extra, you know, zest. I love zest. The figure is very cute. In fact, I think I love this Cosbaby more than I like the Avengers. The Avengers were pretty cool, and because I'm trying to think of who was actually in there. There was Captain America, there was Iron Man, there was Thor, and I think there was like one Ultron drone, and I think that it was just the regular Ultron. I may or may not be correct by that, but I think the Deadpool just turned out a lot nicer. He doesn't also have the proportions of what you would find to expect with like a Funko Pop vinyl figure. Very squat, very stocky body. This one has a more slender body, but yes, as you can see, proportionally, his head and everything else, he looks more like a little baby dressed up as Deadpool. How adorable would that be until, of course, he cuts your head off with the sword that he comes included with. Not really much to be said for the figure itself. If you're a fan of collectibles, like just little Funko Pop vinyl figures or like stuff in that same vein, and you love Deadpool, I would say these little Cosbabies, at least the Deadpool, is definitely worth picking up. Maybe not some of the other Cosbabies. I find a lot of those are kind of hit or miss, but the Deadpool one is super, super cool. Spot picked this up from the folks over at TimCent88. So I'll put the link down below if you guys are interested in picking this up for yourself. Today's collectible spot, we were having a look at the Hot Toys Cosbaby Deadpool, yes, you guessed it, vinyl bobblehead. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. Thanks for watching. See you next time.